Dawkins exceptional going against the Hall of Famer TJ Watt.
Steelers defer at the top, and the Bills with Ty Johnson trying to return this kick only to about the 23-yard line, and we're underway with this matchup of going to go with Cook, who might have a heavy load here today. He's got a huge opening here to start it. He's going to bounce out after a pickup of 18.
It's a great sign. You're going to watch this whole side just push it down, and you'll see Cook, who's exceptional at the cutback, his patience, and
on the near side is Brandon Cooks, just signed this week. The speedy wide receiver has been around the league for a long time. They're going the other way, and that pass is incomplete, trying to connect with Shakir. Let's talk about.
Expect a lot of quick passes early and a lot of people to help on this side.
It's again Cook for about 3 as he tumbles over Y.A. Black. It'll be 3rd and 7.
There's the chip. TJ Watt's on this side. 4 hands on him, the tackle and the tight end.
Here's Allen's throw, and it is caught by Brandon Cooks. So his 3rd snap as a Bill, he'll be what they were looking for. First down, toss. Cook, only about a yard. TJ Watt is on him fast, who has returned to Buffalo in recent weeks. They got movement by Alec Anderson at right tackle.
All start, offense number 70. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Gilliam in, and he's in motion. Pass, they swing it over to Cook. Gilliam's out there to throw a block. He's able to pick up 4 or 5 before Queen ends it.
Just notice, they're going to run the football.
Allen's pass, it is intercepted. Jumping right in front and stealing it is Eccles. I believe he's going to be down. He was tangled up with the Bills receiver, so he was down on contact. Takeaway of the year.
And this is going to be an interception. And it's a simple slant route. And you want to know why Josh Allen, as he does, come down with the ball, confirmed. But why does Josh Allen have to throw it early? The Steelers know that, so they can sit on routes and play the underneath stuff.
Spinning around and connecting with Metcalf, who challenges the.
And you see that he's in the pistol, not the shotgun.
Hands it off to Warren on 2nd and 2. He's right at the marker. Going to mark him actually a little bit short, so you're going to have 3rd and a foot. Back to the pistol, which we expect to see almost all day, as Warren has the 1st down. The pile is moved with room to spare. So here's a little toss to Warren, and in the backfield to make the play quickly is Benford, and a loss of 2.
Well, you said it, Benford. This is the Sean Mc.
He'll set up a screen with Warren, who can break tackles. He's not going to get away from Milano this time. He's a hard runner. Austin moves to the right side.
It looks like they're going to chip Joey Bosa at the top right here.
Here's Rodgers throwing it down the field, and incomplete. They're looking for Austin and looking for a flag. The Buffalo defense able to make the play. You got Darnell Washington, the tight end. He's a big target. They're going to need him later on, as they get no points off the interception, and Shakir makes the fair catch. Cook got past the defensive line and able to open up the drive.
If they're running it, you don't have to.
2nd and 2, and Cook able to make quick assessment. He surveyed, looked left and right, and took the left side and got 5 in a 1st. On 1st down at the 31, as Davis rips off a good run. Yeah, that's his longest rush of the season. Goes for 15. Had a kick return for a touchdown against Houston last game.
Yeah, watch the right side of this offensive line. You'll see Torrance reach, and he gets Benton. And
Davis took off to the end zone last week, got a feel for it, and was going for it again. And here he is with another good run. Back-to-back big rushes. One for 15, this one for 13.
You're going to see the entire left side of the line just move down right here. And as they do that, your job as a running back is to read it, cut back. Well done by Davis right here, and right now imposing their will.
It's amazing he had less than last week, so that gave him a boost of confidence. You're seeing it as he gets a third straight carry. Give some of it back. Herbig was there waiting for him, and it's a loss of 2.
Yeah, you set the edge, like you said. Herbig on the outside, but it really starts inside. You're going to set the edge out here and let the inside defenders push the pocket.
Again, for the second time, Alec Anderson moves early.
False start, offense number 70. 5-yard penalty, second down.
It was Jack Sawyer, 2nd and 17. Set up a little screen to Johnson. Hayward, one of those, along with Queen, to bring him down at about the 43-yard line.
Pass is complete to number 20.
Yeah, we talked about
Torrance is right guard. From the pocket, in trouble. In big-time trouble, and try to get it away at the last minute. Saves the sack with the incompletion in the direction of Johnson. But again, it was Herbig. And these gusty winds at least. He's not snapping it. So back him up 5, which will be inconsequential.
Play of game, offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
To about 10 o'clock.
but it's cold.
Wisnowski boots it to Austin, who lets it go. Has first touchback for Wisnowski of the season on his 24th punt attempt. When he beat the Cardinals back in the 08 season. Here's Gainwell with his first carry for 2 yards.
It's been a little while, there, but they got a chance. They went and tried to get a quarterback who's pretty good.
Here's Warren on the carry, about 4 yards short.
He can't hand the ball off to his left or to his right, correct?
Empty backfield on 3rd and 4. Rodgers down the field, and it's over the head of Roman Wilson, who had a step on his defender.
And it's going that direction, quartering, like you said.
So Waitman with his second punt. Shakir is the returner, and again signals fair catch. Got a flag out. Is a
holding. Receiving team number 28. 10-yard penalty. First down, Buffalo. Timeout.
The last 4 plays of the last series. Ty Johnson's in there too. Fake it to Cook. Now he comes back to him. Swings it over to him. Johnson throws a block. And it's on Thursday. And now today McDermott can join him on that list.
Wow.
Here's Cook. Shakir up top with Coleman. Pass sidearmed and incomplete. Trying to connect there was Shakir, and it was Jalen Ramsey who helped break it up along with Eccles, who had the pick on the Wisnowski. You were amazed it was his first touchback the last time.
Yes.
He signed September 30th, replacing fellow Aussie punter Cameron Johnston, a former Steeler himself, as Austin races out of bounds. And the Steelers are going to have a good starting point right here at the 43-yard line.
Heavy personnel again.
Probably the last play of the first quarter. Rodgers is throwing, trying to throw him first down, and there was pressure. We still have one more play to go as the clock. 2nd and 10. It's going to be a running play with Warren. Warren with a nice cutback, and Poyer has to ride with him. Rodgers trying to thread it in there. But you had Benford with the good coverage on Medford.
You're concerned if I'm Pittsburgh. When I watch the tape, they're just not threatening you downfield with explosive players enough. And I would argue the same thing on Buffalo. Both these teams, it's why Buffalo went and got Cooks. Right here that we got to start to go at the end of the year.
Darnell
He's
Washington,
a difference maker.
6'7.5". Rodgers tries to avoid the contact and does. Points to his receiver and throws incomplete. As Taron Johnson was on the coverage of Calvin Austin. Back and forth we go as Shakir stands back inside the 10. And it's going to help Buffalo's field position with that backwards bounce and ball down at the 20. Right at the point of the confluence of the 3 rivers. Bills Start the drive with a handoff again to Cook. It's worked a couple times on a first down run. Not this one. 2nd and 9. Play action. Dumping it off to Cook. Looks around and gets past Queen. He has a first down near the 35-yard line with a hamstring. This is the kind of game he could have had big numbers.
Correct.
As Allen goes bootleg. Watt was chasing after him, but Allen gets away from him easily and picks up 5 or 6.
The greatest throwers of all time.
Here's a handoff. Thank you, Trace, to Cook. And one footnote to that. Kids, if you're a young quarterback coming up and people don't believe in you, both of these quarterbacks were not.
Just because they don't like you doesn't mean you're not good.
You can develop, too. As Davis able to back in for the first down. That's Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson. The vibe in those cities. The Buffalo is 10 Laramies. Not the size of, but the vibe is the same. Cook lost the football. The ball's still out. Oh, he had recovered it, but he didn't clearly pick it up. Pittsburgh's got a second takeaway.
Even though Buffalo's running the ball, doing things well, but this is why they practice part of their system forever, and this is just James Cook.
Yeah, his own knee knocked the ball out of his hand. Wow. Look at this. Then he thought he had recovered it, and it scoots free, and Queen lands on the football.
What a huge play right there. That was big for Pittsburgh. By the way, Rodgers has yet to...
Rodgers, pump fake, finds him. It's Metcalf. First down at the 25-yard line of the Bills. To the 25, and a first down. And a bootleg. He wanted to go with Smith. It wasn't there. Instead, ball bounces off. Facility will tell you that. Dropped that time, though. 2nd and 10. Gainwell. What a catch that was. Off the shoestrings. And away he goes.
It was next level, and this is why we talked about him being the number 2 receiver. He is a running back, but really where Rodgers looks to is Metcalf is.
And they got a 1st and goal just outside the 8.
This is where you want a big boy this team. See if you can just impose your will and run it right at him.
They fake it to Warren. Now they go to Warren. In the middle. Down to the 2. Tries to squirm for another yard. I think they'll mark him at about the 2. One up top again. Look out. Incomplete.
Get hit with someone coming free. It's a running play. They're not blocking in the pass.
3rd and goal. There they go into the end zone with Warren and a Pittsburgh touchdown. Showed you where Metcalf and Benford were going after it. But here is Warren finding the seam and into the end zone, and his 4th rushing touchdown in the last 5 games. Boswell, a perfect 29 of 29 on PATs this year. And the 11-year reliable kicker out of Rice.
Yeah, confused by this, Jim. When you have an unsportsmanlike conduct after a touchdown, there is no option to carry that penalty over to the kickoff. They needed to enforce that foul on the PAT.
So somehow that one got away from the men on the field.
Here comes a play action. Right?
Cook. Look at that patience. And he takes off. Nice run by Cook before tackled down by Harrison. Pick up a 14.
It's a great job by Shavers coming in on the edge. He's got to fit the gap and go in there and block someone, and that's where the ball's going to end up. He does a great job on this.
To say they have 88 yards in this first half on 15 carries, you'd think they have maybe even a couple of touchdowns on the board, but they've turned it over twice instead. Cook adding 3 more.
Well, that's why you bring these guys in to hopefully help chip on the edges.
2nd and 7. Coming after Allen, who just shrugs off the sack and then gets pile driven back by Duggar after a 4-yard gain.
Watch his legs.
Here he goes. Good call, Tony. He's got a first down. Needed 3, got 4.
Just telling you, he can impose his will if he gets upset.
1st and 10, toss, Cook. They run to Hayward's side, and they pick up 2.
That is true.
2nd and 8. Looking over here to Johnson. Ball is knocked down by Duggar. Quick pass. Johnson fighting for it. Near it. Let's see the spot. It's right on the line. It's going to be enough for the first, it appears. Shaver's also in at a receiver spot. Handoff, though, to Cook. Look at him going through all that traffic. But Porter, with a solid tackle. He got away from him. Look out. Picks up 7.
It's been the staple of Pittsburgh for a long time.
He's in trouble. Able to get away from Watt. Shrug off another hit. Oh my goodness. What a collision. And the Bills players, the play clock, it's running down here with 2 seconds.
Gotta watch his legs.
Allen trying to convert for the second time with his legs on this drive, and he does so. Got an injured Steeler. 1st and 10. Look at that quick cut outside. Porter's there to try to defend and gets his arms around him and prevents what could have been a huge game. Red zone snap today.
It's an open edge here. No one's helping there, which means what do you think it's going to end up being? A run.
Again, it's Cook cutting outside, and Porter's there waiting for him, but this time he's got a first down and a gain of about 8.
They have worn out.
After review, the runner was down inbounds. That requires a 10-second runoff under 2 minutes. Pittsburgh has chosen to take a timeout. That's their second of the half.
Pittsburgh chose to take the timeout. That's why. Smart.
Cook. A little jump cut back to the middle. He's got a nudge past the 10. And played.
You won't see many, but you'll get 1 or 2 today.
Pass. Had to get rid of it in a hurry to Knox. 3rd and 8. Pass to Davis. And he is backed up near the 4.
Timeout if I'm Pittsburgh. If I'm Buffalo, I'm letting it go down. Josh Allen's legs.
And now you're going to have to go field goal. It's just another pre-snap call on that right side.
Because the guys can't hear you.
Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
This time called on.
10-second runoff. The clock was not running.
And Prater, good. 16 out of 18 on the year now. And the Bills put up their first points, as you would think it would, in these conditions. Here's the kickoff. It travels to about the 2-yard line. Williams is the returner, and he's walloped near the 25-yard line.
After the play was over, personal foul, receiving team number 41. It's half the distance to the goal line. First down, Steelers.
Ball back at the 13.
This first down play will be everything.
Jonnu Smith wrestled down by Shaq Thompson.
Got to be smart here if you're Rodgers. Yep.
2nd and 4. Gainwell, Bosa on him. Poyer also. That'll run out the time in the first half.
Yep. This is where you want to call another play, but you shouldn't. Both teams defensively say the ball's got to be traveled 10, 12 plays. Playing out that way.
Ball picked up on the bounce by Keyshawn Williams. And the Bills have 5 hats on that. At about the 26. The numbers for the rushing in that first half he's talking about. 9 carries, 33 yards. Rodgers surrounded by Bosa. And the ball comes out. And Binford has it. And the Bills have a scoop and scored to start the second half. And Rodgers is hurt.
Go ahead and hit play. Get ready to pause it right here. Look at this. Where are you going to throw that ball? Nobody. Nobody's open. But because of Bosa's extra effort continuing on the play, he shocks Rodgers with that. And this is why you continue. And you go get players like Joey Bosa, and hopefully Rodgers is okay.
So if you're getting back late from the refrigerator, we've already had 1 kickoff in the first 19 seconds. Here's a second one. It's Gainwell. And a marker is on the field.
Wow.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 49. 10-yard penalty. First down, Pittsburgh.
But he played well. Other than a couple sacks, 1 throw, he actually looked like he's improved dramatically. And I think they could still win this game with him in. I was actually impressed with his performance last game and a half.
a couple of years ago when Buffalo won by the Bills.
This is the adjustment now. Okay, different quarterback. How do you adjust, Buffalo?
2nd and 11. Pass incomplete in the direction of Metcalf.
Oh, out of
After
the
the play was
hands.
over,
57.
unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 57. It's a 15-yard penalty, first down.
He's back right there, but still straight in line.
On 1st and 10, Warren. Stacked up. Picks up about 3. Dorian Williams, the league.
Not today.
You heard Tomlin saying, we got to establish a running game in this half. Here's Rudolph's throw, and it's intercepted. By the way, it's Benford, who just had the touchdown, and now he's got an interception. First half, they get 2 in less than 2 minutes of the second half.
Just a poor decision here, throwing to where a lot of Bills defenders are. And if you didn't think the last play was big, the touchdown, Benford, another huge play for Buffalo.
When the point after try occurs, when DK Metcalf made the gesture that he made, they had already gotten the football ready to start for the point after.
Shocking. All of a sudden, the 2 turnovers went the other way. They just caught up.
Here's Allen finding an open target. It's Knox right across the middle and a first down. Wideouts for Shavers and Coleman. They're going to the ground with Cook. Cook, this keeps working. To the outside, he breaks. He gets to the 38. 2nd and 4. Cook. Another nice move. He's got a 100-yard game, and off he goes. Down to the 7-yard line. As James Cook is putting up a huge performance here for the Bills. 31 yards with that carry.
Well, I want you to watch. They're going to do it again. Same exact play. Cut back again.
Cook to the 5. 2nd and goal, and Cook in traffic, trying to find something open up, and he's able to make more out of it than appeared with Cam Newton. Would this be 76? No, he's going to hand it off to Cook. Cook tries to slash and score, but he stopped just outside the 1. Now you got a 4th and goal. Allen's going to throw for it. No. Now he does. Back in the end zone. He's got Keon Coleman for the touchdown. Here's Prater's kick. No. Missed it. Here's Prater on the kick. And this is, we talked about it on Thursday. There's a loophole.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team number 15. Ball's placed at the 25. First down.
You kick the ball out of bounds in between the 20 and goal line, and it actually goes to the 25 instead of the 30. It's a great move by the special teams of Buffalo.
Yep, thank you, Gene. Here's the handoff. And it's Gainwell for a yard or 2. That's all.
Nowhere to go. Someone's got to get open.
It's been a defense that's been run on effectively all season long. That ball deflected. That ball came off the hands.
He didn't go across in motion with him. What does that tell you?
They go right ground with Gainwell, and Gainwell is stopped about 2 yards short. They try to cross him up on 3rd and 9 with a run, and now you got 4th and longer than a 1.
Buffalo off the field again, 3rd straight time.
Waitman punting for the 4th time. Another fair catch signal. And Shakir holds on to it. Shakir, who had handoff on 1st down to Cook.
Same run again.
Breaking outside, keeps working over and over again. And he's shoved right on the sideline by Herbig, but he's got it. And they're both key, especially Queen. 2nd and 4. Dump off to Hawes. Got the first down. Wilson has hold of him at the 34.
They keep getting this run outside on the corner.
Looking to break it outside, and then dives inside for another yard.
This is a simpler running game.
Ray Davis has come into the backfield. He had a nice sequence in that first half. 3 carries for 25 yards on consecutive plays. Fake it to him. Now, in traffic. Look at that little move to get away, and Allen takes off for another first down. First down at the 46. Davis. Another good run for him. He's got 12 more, giving him 37 on the ground for this game. He had 44 for the season on the ground before today. 37 here.
Ought to be a little adjustment. See how wide they are? Get up in here.
Davis still going, and makes something out of very little. Another 10-plus.
Makes it go out here. That's continued to happen over and over again.
See if he cuts outside. No, tried to. TJ Watt has hold of him.
Good job by Pittsburgh there.
Quick pass across the middle, and it's complete. Shakir's first catch, with Ramsey on his back bringing him down. Ty Johnson comes into the backfield. Allen will keep it. Banging around within a yard of the first. 4th and 1.
Ty Johnson's here, though. Alert. Possible.
It goes to Johnson. Johnson has the first down. 15 yards to 3.
Same run. Set the edge.
Pass. Coleman could not hold on. He had Porter in there, and they have a little exchange of shoves and chatter.
Misdirection.
Allen looking now, dumps it over. James Cook still on his feet, was able to shake off a tackle attempt and take it near the 7. Broke away from Peyton Wilson. Goes for 14.
This was outstanding by Josh Allen. His ability to look down the field as you see the long hair get pulled. Just play action, yeah.
Pass, right off the shoulder of Shakir.
Sideline, see what happens.
2nd and goal. Handoff late to Cook, and there is Hayward. Taking out some of his frustration on that play.
Well, you'll watch him right here. You want to go ahead or
3rd and goal from the 8.
Look inside.
Allen being pushed, and he's driven across for the touchdown. And for the 49th time in his career, he has a game in which he's thrown for a score and run for a score. Time now belongs to number 17.
He's stopped, except for the fact that Torrance, 64, and Anderson come in and say, we're going to do the tush push. That was stopped until they came in.
Anderson really made a difference there.
Yeah.
Extra point is good. Here's the kickoff by Prater. Williams. They've covered him up pretty well so far, and it spins around to about the 34. Quick thought on them going for 1 instead of 2.
How many teams come back from 3 scores down in the 4th?
Ball's on the ground, and Rodgers has to fall on it. Back at the 18. 2nd and 26.
Now Rodgers is going to be like, all right, I got this. Here we go.
Russo coming in on him. Pass. Caught. There is Washington. And he is tough to tackle. Brought down by Johnson and Poyer. He's just gigantic. 6'7", 311 pounds.
He is a tight end. And watch right here. He's going to chip, and Rodgers does a good job looking downfield. And when he gets it down, it's like, all right, that should be stopped.
In the post. Huge upside, he says. 3rd and 7.
Here comes Rodgers.
Metcalf able to pick up the first down on the catch.
This is why I would have went. But you got to protect a quick score if you're Buffalo.
So they get out of a 2nd and 26. Now here's a first down. Handoff to Warren. Oh, he jumps over one defender. Right over Cole Bishop. And another Pittsburgh first.
It's a great job by the center. Frazier and left guard. Isaac that just gives that room, and then the jump.
Ball knocked down by Tre'Davious White, who was coming up from the secondary.
The timing.
2nd and 10. Again, corner blitz. Open. There he is. Washington still rumbling. Down to the 15 before Bishop was able to hold on for the tackle. Picks up 26.
This is just a great job. It's the guy you got to continue. He is the difference maker. There's not many on this team.
First play that went for over 20 yards for the Steelers today. Here's Rodgers throwing in the direction of Warren.
Watch out for the quick screen out to the right.
2nd and 10. Pass down the middle, and no one there. Jonnu Smith was well. 3rd and 10.
45.
Pressure dumped off. Gainwell. He was tackled down. Ball is ruled down with 4th and 2 coming up.
Playing receiver.
Gainwell, the running back. Gainwell gets the call. Gainwell is stacked up and even loses a yard on 4th and 2. And the Bills defense coming up with a big performance this afternoon. That was led by Greg Rousseau. Tony, you didn't like that call as you saw him setting it up.
I didn't love it. It's a long 2. Same run they've been doing it, bouncing outside. And the corner was there.
For a game.
Porter Jr. was there.
They run the football, the Steelers, and they don't let you do it.
That's exactly right.
Here's the pass play up ahead. And Dawson Knox has the catch at a 1st down, and now they get out of that jam from back inside the 10-yard line. That's 16 on that play.
At least they were getting takeaways and some sacks that kept them in the game. But when the offense can't perform, you can't get it done then.
They need 6 yards for the all-time record by a visitor on the ground. Here is Cook on 2nd and 6. Bootleg time, dumping it off time, and it's Knox with his 2nd catch on this drive.
Josh Allen's legs. Normally I would. I think it's a normal one where he's just going to throw it.
Out of the backfield, Johnson able to fight for that 1st down yardage, and they give it to him. 1st down, Buffalo. That's a coordinator. He was a guy that really gave birth to the idea you got to run the football more. Here is Ty Johnson, and the Bills now have the stadium record for a visitor. I'm sorry, Ray Davis. Dave, how about Davis today? He had.
They're going to keep running it here, and then eventually the play action, but it's going to bounce out here.
Here's again Davis. We'll set up 3rd and 2 inside of 6 minutes to go.
Handoff to the right. Come back. Yep.
And there they've got it.
Too easy.
Yep. That's a game
of this team.
1st down. As Cook tries to break it outside. They're going to get 3 yards back. I'm glad you mentioned Edwards because we talked a lot about
Denmark thinking they're going to be
there is Coleman
exposed there, and not so much because of the way the game plan was situated.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 93 of Pittsburgh. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
He's out.
He's out.
Play.
1st and 10. Davis slides off a tackle, and he's tackled down at the 22. Let's go through some of the early headlines.
Same run over and over again.
It's Cook. About 2 yards short of the verse. Just one other thing. On Jacksonville and Indianapolis and Houston, all of a sudden the AFC, who were down 7-3 at halftime, give it to Cook. And it's going to be 4th and a long yard to go. Talking to
come down to is who has an identity that they can rely on. Buffalo did it today with their run game.
And Prater adds 3 more. His 2nd from 27 yards. Rudolph had to come in as Rodgers missed some plays after being hit on that strip sack. Williams. And he is tackled down again quickly by Solomon.
As of a week ago, they were last in the league. Going into today, they were 3rd as the least amount of plays in the league. Now there's a chance they go back to last. They did it today.
For a record day by an opponent in this stadium on the ground. Rudolph, final 30 seconds. And there's a catch made. We just finished a road trip that for a great many of us was 11 days. Here's Warren. They went from Indianapolis to Kansas City to Dallas. Got to spend Thanksgiving together to here at Pittsburgh. Rodgers and Allen, as Rodgers told us this week about Josh, he's in the superstardom stratosphere.
Pittsburgh Steelers for attending tonight's game.
Takes one to know one when you look at his career. And those old teammates from William and Mary